Washington. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in Chicago, Illinois. I specialize in investment properties and helping investors maximize their return on investment. The reason that I got into real estate, originally I went to school for biology and neurology, so I do brainwave studies. Back then, I had just graduated from college, got a job in a hospital, and I was working with one of the techs there, and I was just terrified. I was told that I wasn't doing a good job. I didn't have any fallback plan. If I lost my job, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to either go back home or move somewhere where I don't want to. So I said, well, you know what? Let me look around and see what else is out there. I actually purchased my first home when I was 21. So I was like, okay, well, I know a little bit about it, so maybe if I can just sell one house a month, that'll put me ahead. That's how I ended up getting into real estate, and I absolutely loved it. It allowed me that freedom that I needed to be home with my son, was able to make my own schedule, and I was also still able to stay at the hospital part-time or on call or as needed. That was phenomenal. I also was able to make sales, and that put me months and months and months ahead. I have 8 years of experience in real estate. I started back in 2012. My first sale was my own property. I sold my condo when I was, I think, like 25 or so. I purchased a 2-unit building. I started the renovation process, and I ended up selling it before I completed it. A couple of years later, I began to wholesale. Wholesaling is a technique that we use to purchase property at a cheaper discount, a deeply discounted price, and then we sell it to the next investor. Those are some of my biggest accomplishments in real estate that gave me the ability to understand how to write traditional contracts and also write investment contracts. I've worked with tons of people. I've did at least 100 transactions or more. I'm not counting, but I love what I do, and now I'm looking to expand and hire more people to be on my team. As of right now, I'm looking for an assistant, so I'm evolving and I'm moving more toward the investment side. And there's not a lot of women in investment, so I'm proud to be in that space. So I'm looking to expound in that area. So I need somebody to take over what I was given to my investors, helping to train them and bring up other women behind me. It wasn't always easy. I had tons of failures, but those were all learning lessons for me. One I can really go into depth and talk about for you is I started a renovation project, and I did not pull any permits, and everybody know that is the death of a real estate deal when you do not pull permits and the city comes in and shut down the project. So I kind of got caught in the middle of that, and that was horrible, but it taught me how to work through situations, how to strategize and be able to sell a property off the market and not on the MLS. So I learned a lot, and I am persistent, I'm moving forward, and that's what it's about. You win some, you lose some. The most important thing is to just keep going. I want to be able to inspire women like myself to be able to know that it's possible. That's very important to me. I want to see people like me. When I go to conferences, I want to see people like me. I want to be able to say, hey, I can be like that, or look how she has overcome. So that's what I want to be to women that doesn't have any inspiration, and that's deeply embedded in me, just to give back and to be able to help those women and be able to provide some hope for those women and those moms. Raising a family on your own is not easy. I experienced it. I did have help. I had a great system in place, but at the end of the day, I was still responsible financially, as well as getting up in the middle of the night and all of those fun things that we do with motherhood. So I want to be able to provide some value to those women, and I want to provide that value through real estate. I am starting a non-for-profit organization, and I look to house those individuals who need assisted living. I'm also looking to build my rental portfolio to help those individuals and provide great lifestyles for those around the city. Some tips that I can leave to an individual who wants to start off in real estate, I would say read your books, stay motivated, and also surround yourself with a group of people who are like-minded and who can pour into you. You can find me on Instagram at Buy Real Estate with Faith. You can also find me on Facebook at Faith K Washington. And you can also email me at loverealestateby, that's B-Y, faith@gmail.com. So that's loverealestatebyfaith@gmail.com. I do want to leave you guys with a letter that I wrote to myself. And this is a really interesting story because I went to a seminar and they had us to write letters to ourselves just to kind of inspire ourselves. And my mentor said, hey, write this letter, and he said, I'll mail it to you when you need it. He said, God's gonna tell me when to mail it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Long story short, I was having a really bad day. I went to the mailbox. I was like, let me just check my mail, and boom, the letter was there. So I want to share this letter with you guys, what I wrote to myself, and I want to encourage you guys to do the same. Write a letter, give it to someone, and then tell them to mail it to you when they think you may need it. So here's my letter, May 19th, 2019. Dear Faith, you have made the best decision of your life. You are not only beautiful, but you are also brilliant. As you know, you are not mediocre, and you have always played to dominate. Ever since you were a young girl, you knew that there was something about achieving your goal. Fear has never been a match for you. As you have progressed, you have not only defied the statistical odds of being a Black single mother, but you have excelled at everything you've done. I love you, and all of your friends and your family will be proud of you. Shatter the glass ceiling and allow God's glory to shine through you. You are a rising star. The world is waiting for you.